everyone, welcome back to the Prancing Through the Holidays make-along. In this video, we will learn all about the Latvian braid. The Latvian braid is a very fun detail to add to projects, and it looks completely intricate, and it is very, very simple. If you know how to purl, you can do this technique. The Latvian braid is a fun braid-like look that can be added to any project you want. It has been added to socks, cuffs of gloves or mittens. You can add it to hats, you can add it to sweaters, you can add it to anything. It's just a fun little detail. Now, depending on whether you start off with the yarn under one another or start off with the yarn over one another will determine the direction the arrow points on your stocking. In this video, we will be working with the yarn over one another for the first time and then under one another for the second time. So that way we can get this very beautiful arrow. If you want to work it the reverse, you absolutely could do that. It's going to look great. As a matter of fact, you could stack Latvian braids. You could do one direction and a second one another direction. It's totally up to you. You can make this stocking as much of your own as you want to. So by this point, you should have that pattern and you should have completed the picot hem. It wasn't so hard, right? Now it's time to jump into that Latvian braid. So grab your two other colors for your Scamper stocking and let's dive in. I am going to use this really beautiful lemon curd color and then the primrose, I think, actually this is plum wine that I used on the original. And I'm going to pair those up with this beautiful green here. So first things first, I don't want to have another ball of yarn hanging out here as we're doing the Latvian braid. It's just too much for me. So I am going to break off my color A and set it aside. As we are doing the Latvian braid, these two colors are going to twist around each other. Do not untwist them as you go. I know it's going to be completely annoying. You're gonna be like, I hate this, but just trust me. Twist them together as you go around on the first round that we do the Latvian braid. And then on the second round that we do the Latvian braid, they will untwist. It's really cool. It happens, it works. You will have no problem. But here at the start, we have to begin by getting these colors on our needles. So we're gonna take one color and work one stitch and take your other color and work the other stitch and do that all the way around. So you're gonna do one for one, one for one, one for one with the two colors you're using for your Latvian braid. So let's go ahead, and for me, whenever I am adding a new color to my project or even a new ball of yarn, I tie it around the old strand so that way they're all just in one place, and then I can undo those knots later when I tuck in my ends, but you don't have to do that if you don't want. All right, so I like to hold my yarn one in each hand. We're gonna go over this a little bit more when we talk about stranded knitting, but I'm going to do one stitch with my lemon curd and the next stitch with my plum wine. And I'll do that all the way around, okay? You could switch the two around. It really doesn't matter which one you start with. It's completely up to you. It's not gonna make a difference in the overall stocking, but we're just going to do one stitch in your lemon curd, one stitch in your wine, or whatever color you are using. So we're gonna do this all the way around, and this is the prep or the setup for our Latvian braid. In the instructions, I wrote it that this is round one, but we could have written it out that this was the setup and then have the next round be round one, which is really where we do the twisting for all the Latvian bits. I will see you when we get to the end of this round. Okay, I've reached the end of my round, and here's where we get to have a little bit of fun with the Latvian braid. Like I said, I'm gonna give you a quick reminder. Do not untwist your yarns as we go around. They're going to be twisted as we work this on this next round, but then on the following round, they will get untwisted. All right, so here we go, guys. My work is complete. I have my yarn colors right here. And one thing that I have learned to do as I'm working these Latvian braids is I will go ahead and get all my slack out a little bit going here, so that way I don't have to worry about it tightening up too much as my yarn colors are twisting, because it tends to be a little bit of a problem. You don't have to do this if you don't want, but I like to just pull out some extra slack so that way I can get around. All right. What we're going to do as we're working this round, we're going to purl all the way around. And what we will do is for each color that is on your needle, so don't overthink the whole, with color A, color B, color C, color D, whatever colors you're using. If it's your yellow, use your yellow. If it's your plum, use your plum. And so when you transition from the yellow to the plum to the yellow to the plum, that's when we're going to twist our yarns over each other. You saw right here when I was doing the 1 for 1, my yarns never twisted. I just did one color in each hand and they never twisted. But as we do this next section, we want our colors to twist. All right, so I'm going to pick up my work. And because I want my colors to twist, I'm not going to hold my yarn in 2 hands because I'm literally going to drop my yarn each time and then pick it up. So I've moved my yarn forward. I'm going to go ahead and add a stitch marker right here so that way I know when I'm back to the beginning, if I have a whole thing of stitch markers. You'd think it'd be easy just to grab one. All right, so I add my stitch marker and here I go. So I purl 1. Now, if I drop my yellow, I want to bring my purple over. So I'm going to bring it over top of my yellow, okay? Over top of my yellow. And then purl the next with my purple. Drop my purple, pick up my yellow. Drop, pick up. I get in a rhythm here where I drop towards the left, I pick up on the right. Right? Drop to the left, pick up on the right. And here's where, like I have all that slack, this is where I keep stretching these apart just to make sure that they aren't getting too tangled together, or the tangle is at least far enough away from my project, so that way the tangling isn't happening way up here, because then it becomes really difficult to work. So I just try and keep the tangle as far away from my actual project as possible. And we're just going to go around just like this. I'm doing this entire round with the next color working over. And like I said in the beginning, if you wanted to work this first round with the color going under, you could do that. It just would make the arrows point in the opposite direction. So either way works. You choose what one you want to do. Let's go ahead and get all the way around here. I know it's going to be annoying with all of these twisties, so just bear with it. On the next round, as it untwists, it's very satisfying. Okay, I just finished my last one, and like many of you, I'm just as annoyed with all the twisties. I get it, it gets so annoying, but on this round, it's so satisfying because it will untwist as we go. How is it going to do that? Well, on this round, as we are working all the way around with the colors, this time, instead of going over, we will go under and it will untwist everything, okay? Now, one thing that I usually will do is this very first one right here, I will still go over because it's just connecting that one to this because it's the end of the round, right? It's just a big spiral. So I am just gonna do just one more over, but you don't have to. Like, you could go under right now if you wanted, but I like it. I think it looks good. Man, it's so annoying when all this is twisted. All right, so I'm just do one more over. And now I transition to under. So now, instead of my yarn going that direction, it will go over there, and I will grab the opposite. All right, and like I said, it will be so satisfying on this round. Just the difficulty you had at the end of that last round with all the colors getting super twisted, when you get to the end of this round, your yarn is not going to be twisted anymore, and it's just, it's like untangling a skein of yarn. It's very satisfying. All right, so work all the way around, and as you go, you can even pause, take a look at what you're seeing here. You can see, look at that really pretty V happening. It's cool. Just take a look at yours. Try and keep the same consistency in your tension as you're doing these pearls on this round as well. You don't want them to be smaller than your previous round. So even though the yarn is twisted, make sure you try and keep the tension consistent. All right, so work all the way around. I'll see you at the end. All right, I'm coming up to the end of my round. One more here. Okay, let's take a look at what I have. You can see, hopefully you guys can see on yours as well as mine, I'm getting that really beautiful braid. I mean, it's just so cool to see that fun braid. And it doesn't have to end here. If you wanted to do another braid on top of this one, maybe with a different color and make it point the other direction, you absolutely could do that. Sky is the limit. Once you have finished this Latvian braid, you will continue on with just one color and you will knit 2 rounds. That is the main color of your stocking, and then you'll be ready to go on to the next step, which is reading that color chart and working with stranded knitting. In the next video, you will learn all about reading your color chart and how to hold your yarn in 2 hands. We talked about it just a little bit in this video when I did the 1-for-1 color on the setup round or round 1, but we're gonna really dive in a lot more in the next section. So I'll see you over there.